And we know that both of these players are going to bring it. They've both looked incredibly hot tonight. A 3-1 performance from the side of the Cobalt guard, showing off the Ike and the Snake, honestly, earlier today, really demonstrating what those two can do. And of course, we just saw the Link sweep. So I think it's comfort all around from these two. And it is really just going to be a question of who comes out swinging first, who's able to, I think, really get that first win and set the tone for this matchup, as we're locked in, and it's gonna be a tone setter indeed. I mentioned the Ike, but it's the Little Mac on the other side that I'm just so much more excited for. Out of Savage Henri, it looks incredible every time we see it. He makes moves on this Little Mac, and honestly, with small battlefield against a heavy like Ike, I think he's gonna be packing a big ol' punch.
Yeah, and for a little peek into the stats, these characters are both very high up on each other's rosters. I think even arguably number 1 or number 2, with the Ike being at 6-1 and the Little Mac at 5-1. So only have taken 1 loss each. They're pretty high up on the overall character rankings for the league. This is a juicer match 1.
Oh, right there, just that.
Oh, the little stall on the ledge.
Yeah,
ready.
That was the difference maker. If he steps up, lands that KO punch, it's going to be just 1 stock down.
Oh my gosh.
Right away.
Wow.
Instead, takes
Good
advantage.
space.
Smash the other direction. That's the Lil Mac taking stock number 1 after quite a flurry of little combo coming through from Cobalt Guard.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Long
I would be wrong to not say that at any point this Ike could just back throw and hit one fair. Or just an up air, you know, that works too.
Or
but what
just
I'm
an
trying to
up
say
air.
is if you get this Little Mac off stage, he's going to have a really hard time recovering, especially against a character like Ike that has such large hitboxes. But, I mean, Savage Henri, to his credit, has been doing a really good job of avoiding these neutral attacks, aerial attacks, rather, and just staying kind of center stage.
Yeah, and I mean, even though we've been seeing a lot of counters coming out, it honestly feels like the counter is as much of a movement option as it is really a counter sometimes. Just adding a little floatiness that you're not anticipating from the Little Mac is that claim was a funky one out of these two.
Oh, big sword.
He did read that. You got to be careful, though, because you can get up air or you can get hit with a KO punch. You can't get red. Oh, he doesn't cover the distance.
Oh, wow.
You could definitely see the vision there. He had the vision red, the roll red. He just didn't space it correctly. As good DI will live.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
Savage.
Oh, and Fade that
Very
was
ambitious
hard.
Fade, yeah.
Yeah, very ambitious. Not sure if you have to go for that one. As far as SDs go, that's one that you're, I guess, like the most okay with if you can get it back quickly, but it also just opens the door for this Ike to slap on some more percent. No 2-frame gonna be found this time. Up tilt not gonna be dropped, and instead he's just going for jabs, seeing if he can make that one work. Somehow he manages to get a clang.
I like the down smash for the 2-frame option, but against the Ike recovering, I like that weight into the
my
up
gosh.
up air. Oh my goodness.
Very
Couldn't even
clean.
couldn't get my thought out.
Nah.
This Ike is one of my favorite characters to watch in the league. He's just very
I 100%
fundamental,
agree.
strong, very satisfying to watch.
Something we didn't really see from Savage Henri closer to the end of this match is he didn't use the counter as much at the beginning of the match. I think he was kind of scared. Maybe he thought that Cobalt Guard had the counters red, so he kind of opted more for an air dodge or just not using anything. And you could just see there, if you don't do anything about it, he's just going to string you into the blast zone. And as Deep said, the Ike is one of the most enjoyable characters to watch. Now what? Now what do we see from him? Lil Mac probably won't see that again. I think the Lil Mac was more of like a. I like the Bilo.
I like the Little Mac. I don't
Yeah,
like.
it definitely depends on what.
I think it was. I think that's the matchup you want on the Little Mac. But like, I think the Little Mac's fine.
I think the Lil Mac's fine. I think he brought it out here as like a surprise pick, right? Like, oh, like you didn't anticipate this. But now with the counter pick system, I think you kind of have to try to not go for the Little Mac. I mean, tier lists are a thing. I know Unotu's going to sit here and say, I don't care about tier lists because he plays Ganondorf. But when you just can't recover from simple aerials, it's just so hard to make a character like Little Mac work. But we do see the young Link come out here against the Byleth.
Couple of MCs.
Minecraft?
True.
Yeah, a couple
Yep.
of Minecrafts coming out here. Oh God, young Link just drank his milk. It's over.
This, you know, it's funny because I'm very excited for this matchup. I'm very excited to see how they play this because they both have projectiles. They both can play from the space, but we know that Cobalt Guard loves to push the aggressive with this Byleth. And we know that Savage Henri kind of likes to mind his space and then go into combos with the boomerang and the arrow. So it's going to be very interesting how they try to start these fights.
Oh, I think he. Oh my.
We makes
God.
it. Ooh, that's rough.
I didn't think he had the space. I thought that was an air dodge off stage, and it meant certain doom. Instead, it is going to be young Link finding his way back to stage, and Byleth hasn't been able to get any major hits down. It's just been in contact here and there.
He's fishing for the up Bs on the Byleth.
Interesting bomb technique.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the self-hit bomb.
Psychological warfare.
Normally use that to space out your recovery and give yourself an extra one, but instead we are going to see this first stock actually go over to the young Link. I mean, both of them at kill percent, and both of them very capable of just getting that kill move
Back
down.
air. Oh, good air dodge.
Don't see any kills coming through quite yet on the young Link. This Byleth starting to fish for what's going to be the right move. That bow not quite sealing the deal. Again, it doesn't tend to kill until it's fully charged. And on the other side,
he's constantly forcing out the air dodge of the young Link to come in, but he's not capitalizing. The dash attack has gone wide a couple times. The tilt has gone wide. But I do like the bow as this option. He's just continuing to get caught out by the young Link here.
yeah, I mean, the bow just gets things started, and it's just, again, bits of percent. Chipping here, chipping there. This one, even still, that down smash, not getting the job done. Boomerang able to interrupt the bow. This is just just bit after bit. Sure, the up tilt finally gets it, but I mean, 87% back for the young Link. One bow, one more solid arrow, you're back in kill percent.
Yeah, and I almost feel like the Byleth has got to start reading that air dodge in from the young Link because we've seen it.
Oh, no.
That's tough. But just like that, the lead falls into Cobalt Guard's hands. And we'll have to see if he's able to capitalize on it here. But yeah, you see those air dodges in constantly because the Byleth has proven to be so aggressive in this advantage state. If he starts to read that a little bit, it could be trouble with this matchup.
Yeah, it really feels like maybe it's the mental where you're just starting to ask questions to yourself. You almost SD stock 1. You do SD stock 2. Right there, once again, tough recovery to find your way back to stage. And none of it feels all that safe. None of it feels all that comfortable. Whereas on the other side, Cobalt Guard, it feels like he just got his mojo back. After catching that, now you've got no jump. You've got no recovery. And that's going to be game number 2 over to the Guard. Again, it really has just been like stock 1, it's dead even, and then just something goes wrong for Savage Henri, and now he's facing down, having to reverse sweep.
Yeah, great ledge guarding, honestly, from the Byleth. Realized that didn't have a jump, air dodges a little too early, and able to take that stock there at the end. And this is tough if you're Savage Henri because you have a lot of characters left on your roster, a lot of characters that you're comfortable on, and that's kind of like the tough part about it is like, oh, okay, so I have so many characters, who do I go? I would predict that Cobalt Guard is probably going to go to Isabel here. The counter pick into that would preferentially be no projectiles. So maybe a Cloud, maybe the Little Mac again, honestly.
Wouldn't mind seeing the Little Mac again. It looked really, really strong. It just depends on if it's somebody who can get gimped pretty easily. Right, like if we see the snake,
I would like to see that snake. Maybe
the snake or the fishing rod is going to take advantage of the Little Mac really hard. Honestly, I think we see return to young Link. If I'm being honest.
I'm thinking snake first, Cloud. Young Link.
Snake, young Link. I like it.
The young Link, he said it's his most comfortable Link. He says that's the one he feels the best on, has the most confidence on. But the snake is undefeated so far. 5-0 after that performance earlier today.
Yeah, I will say 5-0, but He's winning those snake games by a stock. You know, like almost every game is a stock. So every one of those games are really close. I mean, you could really say that for most characters on everyone's roster just because of how close all the games have been. For example, the Isabel's 5-4, but the average stock diff is a 0. So, you know, he gets beat worse than he wins, I guess that statistic would say. But I like the Snake, I like the Isabel. I don't think you have a wrong choice here if you are Cobalt Guard. It's more of what Savage Henri wants to bring to the table. I think the Lynx is what's comfortable, but we're gonna see something different than the Lynx, and I think this is kind of what we projected maybe at the beginning stages of our analysis.
So
Yeah.
the only thing I'm a little worried about.
Accident before.
Yeah, you did. The only thing I'm a little worried about is similar to the Little Mac. The Cloud can get gimped by something for the recovery pretty easily,
Like a box.
unless he's relying on the air dodge in, which might be pretty, you know, unlock by a Cobalt Guard here.
I mean, I think it really does just come down to how much space is this Snake realistically going to be able to control on this stage. We're starting to see some of those Z drops implemented with the grenades. I think that's going to be a key strategy going forward for him already, if he's being so conscious of it, but really hasn't been able to land any damage. It does seem like he's not using these platforms as much as I think you really need to take advantage of that ability.
I'm slowly trying to just understand what both of them are trying to do in this matchup. It seems like the Snake is kind of stuck. The Snake's trying to figure out what to really do, like what openings to take, and the Cloud's really just saying, hey, while you sit there and try to figure stuff out, I'm just going to get all this percentage on you.
Yeah, and this high percentage from the Snake is really attributed to Dreamland here. I mean, the up B not killing, the up air not killing there.
Watch the C4. Okay. Yeah, you see those flowers?
Stay away on it.
Those, I would put the C4 right behind those flowers on that right side of the stage. I feel like that would probably be the best place to put them. Side B. Oh my gosh.
Definitely keeps him hidden. Is the spike come down on the forward air, and C4 does expire.
Oh,
Uses
interesting.
has to use the limit just to make sure he's not getting exploded. But what was, a 50% lead for the Cloud has just been shaved
Wow,
away
doesn't kill.
bit by bit. Up tilt still doesn't kill. That's the Dreamland
and
effect.
the pineapple.
The pineapple.
Pineapple comes down. And Snake, not one of those characters you're used to seeing get pineappled.
Right, because you got
but
that infinite
does
recovery.
Well,
Not so infinite.
well, the thing about it is, like, it's so momentum based as we see the up smash get a kill there. It's so momentum based. So if you're like falling rapidly and you start the up B, you still fall a little bit before you start heading upwards. So maybe he got caught under the stage before he had that upwards momentum.
Might have been, but still, this Cloud, this is the
Oh, good
moment where you gotta
read.
lock
It
in
doesn't
with
punish.
somebody, and so far he's
Oh,
doing just
no.
that. But it's
Ooh.
been a really unfortunate string. He was looking so good, and then just gets hit by 3 bombs in a row. Almost knocks him back into the grenade. Could have been a good start.
Uh-oh, no jump.
We will see good punish. I want to see this. I was gonna say almost had it with the limit special.
Yeah.
Instead, this is just going to be looking for that kill, trying to find something that'll kill here on Dreamland. But, those moves are few and far between until you get the Snake up to like 140%, honestly.
No punish there. And
This has just been a very big neutral game.
yeah.
This has lasted a while so far, right? We're at like 4 minutes. I feel like with 2 stocks left apiece, I mean, we could even see this go to OT,
Wow.
if you will, if they keep playing neutral like this.
We could. We noted the time at the start and weren't sure how it was going to go. But, when we had that accidental 10-minute non-regulation
Wow.
match setup, and now we're in a position 3.5 minutes in, and Cloud's finally able to shut down that stock and finish stacking the limit as well. This is exactly how you want to start off what could be a series-deciding stock. On the other side for the Cobalt Guard, you just want to get this one done as soon as possible. See if you can land that up smash, see if you can find a guided missile, or bring him over to your C4.
Oh man, this is so tough. to pick like who has the advantage in this stage. I mean, percentage-wise, you say the Cloud, but at any moment, this Snake could just rack on so much damage with how just strong his moves are.
Yeah, and the Z-drop grenades too are really making it a bit of an issue for the Cloud to come in and approach. Seen a couple of those get some extra percentage, which is definitely going to help creep up to that 100% mark that he really needs to be at.
Oh, and now there's another chance. Another C4 drops.
Oh, wow.
Does the down B, does get the job done. And Cloud keeps Savage Henri alive in this series.
And he uses the down B, which is such a funny move to use in a situation like that because it doesn't do damage. It just has a lot of knockback. I mean, it does 1%, but the amount of knockback that move has is really situational to use, and he uses it in a perfect scenario there. And
right, even on Dreamland, you'd want to use that like a bit above the first set of platforms so that you make sure it's killing off the top. But even there, it was basically on the ground, and it ended up killing off the top, which is surprising. Just attributed to the rage.
He was at 100. He was at 111%. I want to say any limit option. I think he was probably securing something there.
So now you look at the board, and this is the thing about this league, right? Is you were up 2-0, you now fall. You don't fall, but now it's 2-1. You don't have the Byleth, you don't have the Ike. You really, I mean, the Snake kind of looked a bit uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think you go back to the Ivysaur. I think you have to go Isabel.
I like the Isabel.
I think you have to go back to
the
go
Isabel.
To the Isabel.
Catches a link.
Yeah, I think you have to, and I think that's what we're gonna see here.
You're right.
And this is the thing. If Savage Henri gets this game, it's up for grabs. I mean, you really have to think that. But I think that the Isabel and how comfortable Savage or Cobalt Guard is on this Isabel, we're gonna have a game here on our hands.
It'll be hard to take down twice in a row. That's
Home field advantage to the Isabel.
True. Can't lose.
I will say I definitely prefer this stage though for the young Link. Smash or this Town and City, right?
Yes.
Town and City.
And I think that the extended platforms are just going to be that much better for the young Link. Helps him extend just a little bit more. Helps him keep some of these combos going. Whereas the Isabel, she's really wanting a little bit more space and really not wanting platform space. She just wants a wider stage, and she's finally getting a chance to finally put down like one rocket, but even still, Savage Henri been doing such a good job at shutting those down already, just using the arrows, using the boomerangs to catch those out, and even now, just dash attack gets rid of it on it, and the forward air gets the job done.
Man, I mean, it is one of the tools that Isabel uses a lot, and it is those rockets, but he hasn't been able to put one kind of center stage the whole time. Cobalt Guard just owned the middle of this stage. There it is. Oh, wait, what? You like neutral aired it?
Down aired.
Oh,
down aired to
air,
Clang
okay.
with the with it, and both of them bouncing around, and not gonna see anyone go down quite yet. Link is getting charged up, is close to going down.
Gosh.
Does just need one solid smash attack for the Isabel to take him down. But now the Isabel also back in smash attack range, also an up air range. She's sent to the top of the blast zone. Maybe saying hey to a couple aliens as she's gone up there twice in a row with her rockets. And this young Link just standing tall so far.
And I'll be honest, the Snake and the Isabel have just looked a little uncomfortable. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just the gameplay and Savage Henri not letting Cobalt Guard to play the way he wants to. But at least Rocket not even getting the kill yet, but it does get value.
Oh, great DI.
Come on, pardon me. I was worried that he was going to send himself up to the blast zone with that bomb, but will finally be the Isabel snatching back a stock. And now we're going to have to see a lock-in from the Cobalt Guard.
I would expect this stock to be a lot more calculated, a lot slower. Just because they both know what percentage means in a situation, right? If Cobalt Guard gets percentage on him fast, doesn't mean very good for his hopes of bringing this back. And Savage Henri wants to hold this lead. He doesn't want to give any space to Cobalt Guard because he knows that this Isabel can come back in a series like this or in a game like this.
Absolutely. See Light use that pocket on the boomerang. And right here, very good up smash
Oh, we didn't see the
catch
rocket.
Savage Henri runs right into the rocket. That's not something we're used to seeing. Continues to dance around, both of them having to watch the projectiles, and finally starting to see Cobalt Guard just a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Fishing rod comes out, not gonna get the kill, almost gets the timing. Up tilt doesn't seal the deal either. But you can tell that this young Link is just on the edge, under pressure, doesn't know what to go for, doesn't want to give him any position where he'd just be stuck in an animation.
Ooh. Doesn't get both hits of the forward smash.
Could have been
back here
something
maybe?
juicy. Instead, it's just going to be a jump around. He's waiting for him to land, and that rocket might just be sending him to space.
I mean, I love how locked in they look.
I believe.
Yeah, something I was thinking about as well is that, this was the map pick from the Isabel, correct? So I almost would think that they would go for Smashville, right? Because the platform's in the center more often, right? And they could fishing rod off the top, but instead, right, they don't have the option of platforms all the time. I think the Isabel, he's really looked for that in the past.
Yeah, definitely. And killing off the top just not going to be as consistent here unless you're getting that rocket or you're getting something else. But I will say, I don't want to see Savage Henri going off stage if you don't have to. One little gimp, one little fishing rod pull could be the end of your series. Could be the end of your night.
Throw back.
See? Yeah,
He's looking for these options, and it's deceptively close sometimes.
Oh my God.
But that's going to get the job
It's
done. Fair
style.
does it. And it's 2 in a row for Savage Henri after 2 to start from the Cobalt Guard, and it all comes down to Game 5. I'm so glad we got a Game 5 tonight.
And we have to take a look at this replay because it was like an arrow boomerang into Nair. We have to see it again. So it was the boomerang. Okay, it was the boomerang coming back, hit the Isabel into the Nair, and at that percentage, that'll take the stock. And I think we could see the comeback coming, right? The thing is, if you are Cobalt Guard, the snake looked uncomfortable. The Isabel was warming up at the end, I will say, but looked uncomfortable to start. I think you have to stick with the Isabel. If you're Savage Henri, maybe the Link, maybe the Lil Mac. I don't think Lil Mac, actually.
You say Wario?
I don't think we see a Wario here.
Give me Toon Link versus Ivysaur.
That's the tough part. We don't know, right? If we're going off of how they've done in the past, I think Link against Isabel is probably what we'll see.
Give me King DDD versus Charizard.
That'd be funny. That would be a heavyweight bout for sure. Big Penguin.
Indeed.
I'd love a big
No
Penguin
chance
here.
we're seeing a Charizard.
Also, I'm okay.
Wario. Give me Wario Squirtle.
They switching maps. They were in the arena. They were ready to go, and they both went back to select something. Whether it's the map or the character, we don't know. But
Yeah, maybe they forgot to switch the map.
yeah, maybe. And for anyone new here, this is an interesting way to play Smash. We have set rosters that we draft at the beginning of the draft, and if you see those X's on their faces, that means they've already gotten a win. And you can only win with a character once, and then you have to use someone else on your team. The importance of this game is it's the Game 5. This is the Clinch It series, and most of their good characters are already off the table. So now they have to go to other characters that they might not be as comfortable with. Granted, at this point of the season, most of them are comfortable with all of their characters. But the point of me saying all this is that Cobalt Guard had the map pick, correct? And he had, no, Savage Henri had the map? I don't know. One of them had the map pick, but it doesn't matter because this is Game 5 on Battlefield between the Isabel and the Link. Oh my God, this is going to be a matchup.
That's what we want. That's what the people want to see. This Isabel already just off to a hot start, trying to get in this Link's face and get the ball rolling. But honestly, we wanted to see these two players with something they're comfortable with, something that, they've made statements throughout the season. And now, this is really that moment. The two of them, this is for third place in the league in the current standings. Of course, talk about these two also being the 3rd and 4th seeds in the Commissioner's Cup, which we'll be talking about at the end of the show. But still, all that matters right now is this Game 5, and it's the Link taking this lead to start.
And for a little context on the stats, the Isabel is 5-5 with a negative total stock diff, but the Link has been 6-1 with a 6 total stock diff. So we haven't seen this matchup, but you know, on paper, right, the Link is favored, and we've already seen a win on the young Link against the Isabel. So has Cobalt Guard adjusted to the playstyle of the projectiles and whatnot? That's going to be the key thing here.
I mean, it feels like it. At the very least, the latter half of that last game definitely felt like Cobalt Guard was getting used to this Link playstyle, and now you're a little slower on the main Link as opposed to the young or the Toon Link. So I think that's certainly got to be something we need to watch out for, as already she's been catching them out.
the
and
Rockets.
Oh my God,
while
they've
there
just
was
been like
just
5 of them
great
in a row.
rocket destruction in last game, it's been 5 in a row. There's maybe
Or
6. Give me the next
But
number.
something I want to see as the Isabel, maybe this is a knowledge dip, is that if Isabel pockets the remote bomb, he can't use that move until Isabel gives it back or dies.
Oh. Interesting.
So he's just
Oh,
picking it up
falling
and
back
tossing it
there.
off the map. If he pockets that, he doesn't have a bomb for basically until Isabel gives it back.
Which could be until the stock ends, basically.
Yeah,
And
but maybe he doesn't need it.
analysis.
I
I mean, we're getting
having that
down.
pocket for other projectiles is good as well, though.
Okay. Ooh. We're getting down to
Which is
the Savage Henry's last stock here. He's gonna need a lot of work here to mount this comeback. Oh, I thought that was an up smash,
Yeah.
but
I mean, in this moment, he had to make this a reverse sweep. Now he has to do a reverse 3 stock for his for this last game, right? I mean, he's already shown that he can
he's
try to
getting
beat the
combo.
odds once,
my
but right now,
God.
when the Isabel is this hot, doesn't look like that's going to be likely. Finally throws off the bomb. Will get pocketed for just a second. Not going to see it explode, but I do think that we are just one solid move away from the Isabel from finishing off this
Hold on
series.
now.
And with the Cobalt Guard settling himself, but you have to remember she's very, very light. One good move could do it. As the fishing rod
Yeah.
bounces off the shield.
It's something I've seen. It almost looks like Savage Henry is playing Link like young Link. Ooh, it doesn't quite go off the top, but we've seen him go for the quick dash attack, which is a lot slower on Link. He's getting caught out by some of those slower moves. Still has his jump. He's able to recover. Oh, my God, the fishing kill. Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
Wow,
Fishing
good
rod
games.
Kill off the top. We went to 5, and it was the Isabel to finish the job. Couldn't quite see the main Link come in and complete the reverse sweep, but I mean, we were all on the edge of our seat the entire time.